Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you the power of shape keys in Blender. So you can see here I have this dragon, which I'll show you where I got it. But the idea here is today we're just going to close the mouth using a shape key like this, and also we're just going to do a blink. Now the really powerful thing about this is not only does it allow us to do this without any sort of rigging, but we also have the power to come in with any of our shape keys and adjust the shape to our own liking to make like customization. So if something doesn't feel quite right, we can always come in here at any point despite having the shape key and make edits. So this is going to be really powerful. If you're a beginner in Blender, definitely watch this tutorial. It'll be something that really will add a whole bunch of knowledge to your skill set, and this is going to be really powerful in any sort of projects you'll be doing, especially character stuff. This is going to be incredibly valuable information. So let's jump into it, and I'll show you how to make this guy close his mouth and how to blink. So I'm going to be demonstrating shape keys with this incredible dragon model over here. This is not mine. This is actually created by this artist here on Sketchfab. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm giving full credit. So if you want to download this model and import it into Blender, you can go ahead and do that. And you can see here it has the CC attribution license, and I am definitely giving credit here. So yeah, just letting you know about that. So let's jump into Blender. And what I'm going to do with this dragon here, the mouth is open. Now I want to use shape keys again to close the mouth. So in this situation, I've set my dragon up so that my front view, I can see its side on like this. Okay, so the thing I want to close here is the mouth. So I want a pivot point. So we're going to be working with proportional editing as well. So what we'll be doing is we'll be going over to our 3D cursor if you're following along. Now you could do this to a similar model. And I want us to kind of close at the jaw. So I'm going to kind of picture where the bone sits in here and where the jaw might be hinging. So I might come and just place it here for now, or maybe just a little bit up. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the selection box again. And now I'm going to select the dragon. And it's at this point where you can take your object once it's selected, and you can go over to your object data properties, the little triangle down here. And then you come here to the shape key and then click plus. So that's going to create your bases. Now that's just the original untouched reference base. So any shape key we create from here on, so if I go plus again, it's going to reference the bases, and that's going to be how it interpolates between the different positions of our vertices. So when we change positional data of our vertices on our shape key. So with the key one here selected, I'm going to tab into edit mode, and inside of edit mode I'm going to enable my X-ray here just to make it simpler to select. And I'm going to go to my vertex select option, and I'm going to press C to bring up the selection tool, and I'm going to just go ahead and select this inside here going up to about here, just what I think is the lower kind of jaw. There we go, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable proportional editing. I've got my 3D cursor here, but I'm going to go to the transform pivot and change it to 3D cursor, so it now rotates around that. So in my front view, I'm going to go R and I'm going to rotate. And the proportional editing has a lot of influence at the moment, so I'm going to roll it down to decrease the influence. And I might also just turn off the X-ray here so I can see better. And I might also just enable the edge select. So I just want to see as much of the dragon detail as I can. So I'm going to go R to rotate. And I'm just going to come here and close. And I'm going to just bring this up to about there. And that's looking good. And then I'm also just going to select some, back in the X-ray, I'm just going to select some topology down here. Turn that back off. And I'm also just going to rotate that, bringing it up closer to the jaw. And the idea here is just to match this as much as possible to kind of preserve that volume. There we go. Now this is just a matter now of just grabbing as much of the stuff as you can or as you want, and then just bringing it closer and closer by rotating. It's very simple, and it'll make it easier as well if you come here and make it connected only, like so. So I'm going to do that. So now I have something that looks like this. I've closed the mouth very simply using just proportional editing. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go back into object mode. And now we can grab our dragon. We can go over here to our shape key, and with this base key one, I'm just going to actually double click and name it mouth open, or close actually, because the mouth is already open. So mouth close. And now let's drag the slider and look at that. Pretty cool, right? Now I can see there are some issues here and there. So I can just always pop in at any point, and with proportional editing, I can just come in here and fix them because it doesn't matter, okay? It's very forgiving. So now I can come here and I can mess around with that slider. And now I have a mouth that opens and closes just using that. So that's really, really powerful. Perhaps I can also go here and go plus, create a new key and call it blink. And I might want to just come in here with that blink selected, and I just want to come in here and just move the eyelid down, and I'm going to just change the 3D transform pivot here back to median point. So I'm just going to go ahead and just close the eye here like so. Nice thing to kind of try and do with this sort of model. There we go. And I might come here, close the other eye as well. There we go, kind of bring it all down. I'm gonna blink up like so, just dragging the eyelids closer. There we go. Now tab back out, and now look at this. I've got this blink here. I can take that, and I can blink my dragon, and I can also at the same time control the mouth. So this is the power of Shapekeys. Now just keep in mind, if you don't notice already, with Shapekeys you can only move around existing topology. If you went, for example, and you extruded anything or added more topology, then this would all be broken. So keep that in mind, okay? This is only moving around existing topology. So that is the power of Shapekeys in Blender. So you can see here, this is what we can do now. It's just absolutely fantastic. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this Shapekeys tutorial. I hope it's been something that you can follow along with and apply in your Blender workflow. I'll see you guys next time.